Hello everyone, my name is Ana Maria Carrera. I'm a study pedagogy in National and Foreign Languages at UTPL. This time I want to talk to you about space exploration. A week ago, I did an interview with Carla Salas, who helped me answering 10 questions about this topic. And in this context, I will speak from my point of view in reference to her answers. The dispute over whether the state fund should be used for space exploration and whether or not governments should prioritize this spending and the highly controversial issue. Although Carlita responded the government should prioritize spending on food and develop of their people almost said that the investment that has been made mainly by the United States government in space exploration has allowed the development of technology that humanity has taken advantage of. For example, the computers that we all use today and the telecommunications that has opened our borders and also, many people think that is too much money into invested in space exploration, having so many problems such as hunger and disease. I think that this money is well invested in the by countries that can afford that luxury. But developing countries like Ecuador is very difficult for us invest in programs like NASA, for example, since our state budget barely covers the minimum needs. On the other hand, and it's important to highlight that what Carlita said about the human space explorations. She said, uh, this helps to address fundamental question about our place in this universe. In this context, like the curiosity can be the source of inspiration for many people. And a chief challenge related to space exploration, technological expansion, creation of new industries, and foster peaceful connection with other nations which is clearly an advantage of space exploration. Instead, let us remember the episodes of the Cold War. Space missions led to avoid war conflicts between countries. Without a doubt, human curiosity that has a true history to great achievements in the humanity. But and there is always a but. Truth? In our seas and oceans, there are still miles of mysteries to be explored. Natural itself hides many enigmas, and that could be solved by the money that is invested in space exploration. And this is another reason for many people they oppose this immense expensive of space travel. This leads us and ask ourselves, are mission to Mars important? Are they worth financing? Perhaps many believe that a mission Mars can only lead to have to a second option in the event that we end the planet Earth. But this isn't the case. Minerals, gases, and other chemical elements have been found on Mars, excuse me, which on our planet are scarce. This has led many companies to invest in the space exploration. This has become an advantage to reduce the contribution of government in these programs. The fact that humans have to move another planet because we are destroying it with pollution and atomic bombs, for many scientists still see very far. However, the mission to Mars gives us hope of surviving another planet. But a disadvantage could be the fact and that having this alternative, the human aren't don't go and doing enough to take care for our planet. As Carlita said, we are aware that we are destroying it. So opponents of space exploration should continue to be forced to contribute. Carlita said a very important point. she said, freedom of expression and the will to do things must be respected. She believed that we can not impose our wishes on another person, and that is a government and investing for space programs must be consulted with the population. Although this advantage is that people tend to be bad at having criteria on long-term benefits. In any case, respecting the rights of each human is very important. Regarding the question, should people be transporting in the space states of robots? As Carlita says, the cost and risk in the hardware hence trip are created by humans. But from my point of view, there are great advantages with trips managed by humans. Science humans have special abilities that no robots have yet. This allows in a trip. Um, More objectives can be achieved than with only robots. In any case, human-managed trips to space are gaining more and more followers. Carlita said also that then doing extraordinary things between nations will always help and improve relation between them. And I agree. Carrying out the space project with another countries really improves a relation between them, regarding some of the disadvantages you perceive of space exploration. Calita says two disadvantages. The first was the enormous cost that must be assumed, which carry risk of losing of a lot of money to the collision, and the second point is would be health problems and the imminent risk of the crew since the gravity in space and oxygen is lacking. To that, Carlita said, I would like to add that apparently space programs are most softly way of demonstrating the power of nations. And if it's a disadvantage because many times they don't do it only because of technological advances, but to win a kind of war. Then it becomes a pretty act. To conclude, I would like to emphasize the technological advance that space exploration have left us a legacy of humanity and how this has encouraged many young people to study scientific careers. It's important to note and that is the race to go further in space. We have seen extraordinary achievements. In the internet is undoubtedly a tool that today has become somewhat indispensable. But as humanity without still have a lot learned but above all care to take care our planet, our social reliefs, and have compassion for those most in need. Technological advances is necessary, but improving the condition of human beings is essential. And the author note is totally disagree with space missions. I believe that the must first take care of and research our own planet to improve the condition of its inhabitants. Thank you for your attention.